Welcome back to the Author Spotlight series of the Book Boss Academy by Abby Cornell, where we showcase bold, brilliant women who are turning their life experiences into powerful books and real impact. This is your host, Agnes B., your no-fluff business consultant, all about feminine leadership and building a life on your own terms. Today's guest is the amazing Zelda Marsh, a healer, a speaker, and now a multi-published author who is not afraid to tell the truth about what it really takes to bounce back after divorce, trauma, and after the stories we've been taught to keep quiet. Zelda's books are raw and real and sometimes hilariously unfiltered because healing doesn't always come wrapped in love and light. Sometimes it comes with swearing and sweat and reclaiming your voice without waiting for anyone else's permission. If you've ever felt like you had to forgive to heal or move on quietly, this episode will meet you right where you are. Zelda's here to remind us that our power doesn't come from perfection, it comes from truth. So please help me welcome Zelda Marsh. Hey Zelda, how are you doing? Thank you very much for joining us today.
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for inviting me. So beautiful to see your face in the live flesh.
It's like this community, Book Boss Academy, people posting and helping and messaging, and then in quote-unquote real life, it's just something different to connect. How are you? How are things? You are in Australia right now?
I am, yes. No, I'm very well, thank you. If you'd have asked me a week ago, I wouldn't, because I got hit down with the flu. So I was like, 2 weeks, I was like, not even human. But now I'm very well back now to myself, thankfully. Yes.
Thankfully. You published how many? 8 books already?
With the Book Boss? Yes. Yeah, I sure have.
Since you joined Book Boss Academy in?
Yeah, March the 30th I joined. Almost 6 months, yeah.
But you had a book before that as well, so you were already in the journey. Why have you joined the Book Boss Academy?
Okay, so I wrote my first one 5 years ago, and I did it. Felt like it was a bit of a healing step for me. And then I did what I did with that, did a bit of online coaching. And then 3 years ago, I stepped away from it and never really done it. I've actually never really read my book. I know. I haven't. Yeah, I know. People love to say to me, and I'm like, oh, it's cringy for me. It's really bizarre. But the first one I did going back into writing when I see Abby, do you know what? The truth is, I saw it on something on Facebook, I believe. And her energy just blew my mind. I was like, oh my God, I need to be part of this woman. She's like, for one, she was English. For two, she had ADHD. For three, she was just the passion and the face and just, I don't know, I just like energy. I'm in. She's mad. And it's obviously, I've got chatting to a couple of the other ladies in the group through our WhatsApp thing, and it's just an incredibly beautiful, supportive community. And who would not want to be part of that, really? Who don't want that in their life?
Exactly. And she keeps us in track, right? You have all these different topics every month, but if you want, you follow it. If you don't want, you just do your own stuff.
I know, I never thought I'd ever do a colouring book, but
but it fits into your niche as well. So let's start there. What do you do? Why are you doing it? And since when are you doing it, what you do?
I'll say my day job. I'm actually a holistic therapist. I've been doing that since 2002. So that's a bit of a long time. I've always been in the health industry. I worked with vulnerable adults from care working to managing my own branch. So I've been in all these roles with people. So I'm always going to be working with people, whatever, in whatever capacity. I've always want to help or heal or whatever I can do for somebody, I can. The difference with back in the day, I was a people pleaser. I'm not so much a people pleaser now because I've obviously done the work, still doing the work, but I've learned you've got to do for yourself first. But with love, I want to help people. I want to help people see their true potential. I want to help people see how I want to get them in tune with themselves, get them to listen to themselves, listen to the bodies and know what they need, not what people tell them they need. And I get so passionate about this. It's like, better shut before I get on. Honestly, I just want people to listen to themselves and trust themselves because your body knows more than you do.
Yeah, but we are I don't know, we are conditioned not to listen. We are conditioned to listen to someone with a degree. We are conditioned to, I don't even know, to this mass understanding. I was just talking to someone the other day about feminine hormones and menopausal things.
Oh.
And I had an interview before, and the Ayurvedic teacher told me, right, that basically feminine body wasn't even researched and hormonal cycles wasn't even researched. So the books doctors are learning from are based on male hormonal cycles, and no one really until the, I don't know, 60s, 70s, correct me if I'm wrong, haven't even been looked into it. And then a male doctor tells you as a woman how to be pregnant, how to go through menopause, and so on and so forth. And this is just the surface, isn't it?
Something they've never done themselves.
Exactly.
Oh, yeah.
It's just that this is just hormonal and stuff like that. It makes me so angry, but this is another topic. But I think...
No, I agree with you totally. So many people trust the wrong people. They don't listen to themselves. They don't trust themselves. They're more likely to listen to someone in a white coat because that's what their mum did or dad did and their parents did and grandparents did, and it worked for them, but did it? They're dying in the 60s and 70s of cancer. That did not really work very well, did it? We're designed to live longer. And I don't want to live long feeling crap. I want to live long feeling the best I possibly can. Exactly. And everyone else want everyone else to feel the same. Do what we can. And we can't do everything, clearly, but we can try.
Exactly. And it's not against men or doctors or Western medicine.
No, they know what they know. They only know what they know.
Exactly.
And that's
small fraction, right? And putting together our inner truths, our experience with our body, because we are all a little bit different, aren't we? And putting it into context and knowing our options. And that's why I love to work with health and wellness professionals and spiritual people, because we have that other aspect, right? And we have the solutions these days available for us. And that's why I love these platforms, because we can share all the magic you guys have to really tap into. If you doesn't feel right, if the answer from a doctor doesn't feel right, if you have something, you tried so many things and it didn't help, then find people who can help you. And you are one of those persons. You went through your own journey, right? With all the medical things.
Yeah, and it was horrible. It was just horrible because it's like you're just getting conflicting information all the time because there's not one person, apart from ourselves, that knows everything that we're feeling. And look, not one pill fixes the same people with the same condition. So why was one person going to solve all what's going on? And to be honest, my issues were not mechanical. That's the words that me osteopath said. It's not mechanical. It was trauma. Apparently, I had chronic trauma pain. And I was like, how do I get that? So that's living a life in fight and flight, letting your adrenals be shot. And it's true. And I actually understand that. But there's not enough people out there that's open enough to actually be that holistic with you, actually look at your whole package. Like my doctor, for example, he's more interested in my cholesterol levels than he is my hormones. And I'm like, stuff my cholesterol level. You actually need cholesterol for your hormones. You need it for your brain and your organs. And I'm like, do your research. I do. He sent me for an echocardiogram because he was that afraid of my results. And do you know what? All my stats are fine, except that one level. So leave me alone. It just frustrates me that they've got these blinkers on, and I appreciate they've learned the medical doctors. Do you know what? I know that. I know that's what they know. But in this society, people are moving away from that now. They're not blind. They can see what's happening. They're going back to more the natural therapies. Wellness is getting huge. We are blowing the pharmaceutical world out.
Love it. Love it. Yes, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do that.
Yeah.
So you were always helping. You had this magic, right, within you, and you had your own journey where you were like, oh my
Mhm.
God, discovered certain things. And you were like, okay, there are more people I can help with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I've always right. I always knew I was here to do something. I came on this planet for something, right? And I was never ever satisfied with just what I'm doing. It's never been enough. I've always been a searcher. What more can I do? What more can I give? What more can I help? But without, because I've burnt myself out many times over the years. But then I think, okay, come back. I rejuvenate, I refresh, and we'll go again. Because I'm not prepared to give in. I want to sell. I want to impact. I want to inspire. And I know I do it on so many different levels. And it's, yeah, I feel that's what I'm here for. Not just to teach, but to guide and to be open and to listen. Because do you know how many people don't listen? Do you know how many people in the world that we have sitting next to us, they do not listen. They don't know how to listen anymore.
Or they are okay with crap, right? It's like I was just having a conversation with someone and she had certain issues in her breasts, right? And she's, yeah, but I'm okay, right? I'm going to the doctors every year to get the checkup and everything is okay. And we were like, you know that this could disappear, right? You can heal from this. And she's, "No, I'm okay. I know I have this. And it's mind blowing for me that people are okay with being not okay, but
Yes.
managing or just keeping up with what they have. And it's okay not to get worse, but it's not even an option to be healthy.
To try and heal it, yeah. I'll give you this. So I got called out once. I was watching an Instagram live with Anthony Williams. Do you know the medical medium? Massive. So I was watching it and it was like, oh, nobody wants to be sick. So I was like, typing away. I was like, actually, there are a lot of people in the world that do not want to heal. And he was like, he called me up, like literally said, Zelda Marsh, nobody wants to heal. No, that is rubbish. Nobody wants to be sick. And I'm like, yes, they do. There are people, I've met them on many occasions. You try and give them advice, you try and guide them in the right direction. They don't want it. They want to go to the doctors and have all the pills. They want to be sick because it's all they know. I think they're in fear of what's beyond that. Do you know what I
Or
mean? And I'm like, I've met these people. I know it happens. Victim or healer. What do you want to be? Do you want to be healed? Do you want to live or do you want to not?
yeah, exactly. And I heard stories from my clients as well, where there was someone who didn't want it. So at the end of the sessions, it came out she didn't want it to heal because then the son is not coming to visit regularly, maybe.
Yes.
Because maybe I'm not getting the food stamps from I
Yeah.
don't know if I can take care of myself. So there are so many levels what goes into, you don't even know. And maybe consciously you want
And
to.
it's a trauma. It's a trauma.
Loads of
It's a
things behind
trauma.
it, right?
Yeah, it's a trauma. And it's real. I know we joke about, no, not so much joke about it. I'm one of these people, I'm like, it's took me a lot to be okay with the weaker people. I struggled at first years ago. I used to be like, well, that's all you got to worry about. But that was where I was like too much like, never told anybody the stuff that I'd been through. That's why these books are so massive because it's in the last 5 years has been the only time people's known anything. Like I held all this, yeah. And there's some big stuff in this one, some big stuff in here, some big unveiling. And it's sad, but I don't feel sad. I did on one part when I was writing it, I felt sad, but I don't feel sad because I'm still disassociated. But and I know that and I accept that. And I think a lot of people don't want to live like that because they don't want, yeah, they want to live in it. They want to live in it and be weighed down and get all the pains and be sick. And I can't help them. I can't help them. I can try, but I am not going to use and waste all my beautiful energy on someone. And I don't mean that to sound patronizing or anything, but I value my energy. It took me a long time to be able to sit right in this. And I am not going to waste it on somebody that just wants to suck the vampire my energy out of me. I can't do that anymore. I have no toleration.
It's a real problem within the healer community, isn't it? That
Yes.
consciously people might want to heal, right? But at the end of the day, they might not even understand what is behind and the energy is changed and so on and so forth. And they pay for sessions because they feel better, but they want to
Fine.
just to have this exchange of energy because they think that this is all what they can get. The healing journey, it must be fully embodied and wanted from both ends.
Yeah,
Right?
no, healing's not neat. It's not nice. It's not pretty. It's messy. It's ugly. It's horrendous. Like awakening. When you go through an awakening, I don't know if you've been through, I'm presuming you have by talking to you, but it's horrible, isn't it? It's like you think you're just going to wake up and you're just going to be all flowers and light. And is it air? You end up like arguing with people because you don't understand what they're thinking anymore. How can you possibly think like that? Do you know what I mean? It's like, because you're on a journey. You're taking the steps to get there. So we are still the same. We're still, whatever you're going through with healing, you're still going through all that yourself. And it's not always pretty.
No,
It's
it's
not
not. You are
nice.
faced with all of your darkness. You are faced with all of your fears.
Oh,
And step by step, layer by layer, it is a messy journey. And I do understand that people are not really prepared for that or don't
I
want
think
to.
people are afraid to feel,
Yeah.
unfortunately. And it's hard. Look, it's hard. It's hard when you're going through the dark stages, which you do have to go to some degree to step over them. But you can either step through them or over them, but you've got to do something with it. You don't have to live in it, just acknowledge it, see you, goodbye, dealt with you can go now. And that's what I feel like writing does for me. It's like that next level journaling. It's like it's out there now.
You can't or you shouldn't lie to yourself. You realize that, okay, I've wrote it down, but Agnes, this is bullshit, that this is bullshit. Let's go deeper. For me, the healing journey, and I think so many people can relate or maybe just take whatever resonates. But I feel like the healing journey, the fact how I'm suffering right now is
Yep.
the pain is so much more unbearable than the journey, right? So it's yes,
Yeah.
maybe I need to dive deep a little bit and I know the process by now, right? And maybe it will be a little bit worse, but I know that it will be so much better at the end. And especially you help people mostly, correct me if I'm wrong, with physical issues, right? So who doesn't
Yeah.
want to get over that quickly as possible?
Yeah, but the physical are not usually just because of an injury. They're because of something else. Most people, I don't get many people that are quiet on my bed. That to me, I'm honored. I'm getting the conversation because it's like it's an exchange. I know I'm helping because for one, I'm their ears, they're an offload. And whatever anybody needs to get it out of their system, just do it. I'm here. And I cannot tell you how many clients I've had that have just come in for a massage and have ended up crying their eyes out. Because, and I love that. I love that. I'm like, do you know what? And I cry with them. I'm there because I'm very connected. And I'll do an Indian head massage, for example, and I'll say, oh, have you got a pain in your lower right hand side of your back? So Jazz said, I can feel it. And they're like amazed. I'm like, because I am that connected when we first start. And I feel people's emotions so much. It's not always a good thing, but I do, and I accept it. And that's why I say, look, I know what you're feeling. I do know what you're feeling. And so I will cry with them. And I don't know if it helps, but it helps me.
I'm pretty sure. And that's why it's so important for you guys. And I see that on my clients as well, to actually really connect only to those people where you are really resonating because you are helping a lot and you are taking over energetically. Even I don't know about you, but with certain people, I take away shoulder pains. I take away and deal with it and deal with stomach ache and stuff like that. And I'm like, where is it coming from? I
Yeah,
feel
you
that.
have to think about that, don't you? You've got to,
Yeah.
yeah. Look, I have a few things that I do. I always, if I feel like, because I am quite intuitive. So what I'll do is, if I feel like I know roughly who I'm going to have in a day, so I'll either put a bit of tourmaline or something in my pocket just to give me that bit of extra protection. I have certain oils which I'll just spray because that's where I am. But I'm always dipping my hands and I do this little thing between clients. I just want to wash my hands. But it's my little psyche where, all right, you can go now. I'm ready for the next one. Do you know what I mean? It's something I have to do, and it works for me. It's not very often I take anything. There has been times and where I'm just like in the mood. I'm like, what's wrong with me? Why am I grumpy? Like, she's got no more. You know, I've got the shit. It's like slow. And then I have to, right, okay, get the shower, let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a process, isn't it? But
Yeah.
it's so rewarding when you see your clients heal and really go through everything they go through. Okay, let's get back to your books. What was your very first book about? And what about the next ones?
So the very first one was this one. I know. That was a selfie. I was a selfie in my back garden that we use. I know how much that. I did get Amazon #1 bestseller for this one. Still didn't make me love it anymore. It's really bizarre. I want to love it. I think I should read it. I want to love it. Look, I love the fact that for one, it was really good for my self-esteem. No, it was. I'm authentic, I'm honest. It's really good for my self-esteem to do something that, like, nobody in my family has ever, or my friends. So for me, it was like, it was a big thing. And for a minute, I felt really elated. But it was more like I got things off my chest. I got things out there. And the repercussions of that was when I fell into doing the coach. I did do some coaching courses. I did some certifications and things, and NLP practitioner. So I did a few things to qualify for it. But to be honest, I don't really think it matters. I think if you're the right person, you're the right person. And there's always somebody for somebody, isn't there? Whatever you want. The people, mainly women. I had a couple of gentlemen, but mainly women. The women that, I worked with was just, it taught me so much about myself as well. But there was such a variety of these women that gone through this devastating divorce, and many of them just one or a breakup. And seeing the impact on them after just one was an eye-opener for me, because I had like hundreds of relationships, no exaggeration. And I'm like, there's only really two of them that devastated me. And to listen to this, so that was quite profound for me. And I think it was a really good lesson for me as well to learn that from my perspective. But it was just, what I got from that was all these women, they all had different layers of heartache, of pain, of trauma. But once you got working it out, it was never about the partner that they've lost. It was never about the divorce. It was never about the relationship. It was always something else. And I'm like, okay.
That's interesting.
Yeah, okay. One lady particularly, I'm more proud about this one particular lady. She was in the United States and was like talking about it. She was devastated about a relationship and everything. But as we got talking, hers was about her mother, the stuff her mother used to make her feel. She was never physically nasty or anything to her, but she obviously was a mother. So I got her to do this particular task. And she came back to me, she was like, first she didn't want to do it. She was like, I don't want to do that. I said, look, come on, give it a try just once. On your own, just try it. And it's nothing weird. It was for her. And then she ended up like telling the sons about it, grown-up sons about it. And they thought it was like amazing. And it just totally turned her around. And I was like, and I don't even know where that came from, what I asked her to do, because it's nothing I'd been taught. Yeah, I know. And I find things like that. And I'm like, yeah, I think you should do this. And it was just incredible. And it's like, to this day, I'm like, one of my favorite things. There's lots of them, but that was one of my favorite moments.
Love it.
Love it. Like, it just came from nowhere. So yeah, again, healing in that capacity. Yeah, so finding a way.
So that was about your relationships or these different stages of life?
Okay, so yes, in this one particularly, it's got my first marriage where I had my 3 children too. My second marriage, which ended because he was a serial cheat and I just couldn't take it anymore. I kept going back, but I was really devastated because that to me was perfect life at that time. And then there was another one I was with for 8 years. It was just a bit selfish, and socially our life was amazing. but I was in a different place because I was working for a home care organisation at the time, and I'd like obviously gone up the ladder and I had more responsibilities, and he just couldn't handle that and didn't want to be home with the teenage kids and stuff like that. So that just dissolved. And then the last one is the one that where he tried to kill me and I tried to kill myself, and it was so toxic. Oh, if ever, it's called Monster in My Closet because nobody knew. Because we were so in love. He was my tick box man, and he would like, shut you heard about how they over love bomb you and then get behind the doors and then batter you and throw you around. And yeah, so it was a nasty, horrible time. And I had to leave. I say lost. I mean, I did, but so I had to leave my job, leave my family, leave my home, leave my friends, leave my hometown. I was under police protection, and it was just a really horrible time. But hey, I needed it. I needed it.
Okay.
I know I needed it because, you have to hit rock bottom. And that was I am sick of telling you, are you going to listen to me now? And I'm like, okay, I'm listening. So that's what drove me eventually to come to Australia. But my daughter found me a new husband. Didn't want one, but I got one. Oh, look, nearly 9 years now, and we're still in love. So she did something right. I could have said no.
No, you didn't go through all of that just to say no. I bet. Yeah.
And everyone used to say to me, how can you like think about getting married again? How can you even want to be with them? And for a while I didn't. And I'm like, I believe in love. I'm not here to be, I can be on my own. And I know I can manage on my own. I just don't want to be.
That's
I
it.
just love that caring and that giving and that sharing and spending my time with the right person. We're not here to be alone.
No. And when you are dating, right? And I think all of these stories are so relatable, and so many women are going through similar experiences without talking about it, without actually having someone who understands. And we know that our friends, even sometimes, if they never experienced it, they don't understand what's going on in online dating or in different traumatic events or in different abusive relationships. They understand, but they don't get it. And then, oh yeah, stay alone, or oh yeah, why are you so crazy about finding a partner or having children if it's blah, blah, blah. So there are so many different situations in life where the friends around you might not be able to help or might not be able to understand. And then reading true stories like this can be so motivational, inspirational when you are in those relationships and deep down that you need to leave. You definitely know. Yes, the logistic might be hard. Yes, the kids might get hurt. Yes, but what if you stay? Love it.
Look, if I'd have stayed in England, because I did have the upset from like my friends, and because at the time I left my 2 sons there, my daughter already lived here, and I'm like, look, I had rather her and her children or you and your children. So either way, for me to have a life, if I'd have stayed, I would not be alive. That is a fact. I have no doubts. So it's little of me, but I'm alive, or I'm dead. What do you want? Because at the end of the day, it has to be about me now. I've had my children, you're all grown up, you've got your own children. It's my turn.
Did you know that time that if you don't leave, then something will happen? 100%.
I had to leave. Yeah, I knew. Because I took a job which meant that I didn't have to have a base. It was like a living all around England. It's really cool actually, because I got to see parts of the country I never knew existed. And it also was the start of my healing journey, because I got time on my own, which I'd never ever had. And I hated it. I hated it with a vengeance. I was like, it made me think, and I didn't do thinking. I was a doer. Don't think about it, just get on with it. It's a woman, Northern England, it's the way we live. So that was like, it was hard, but necessary. And then I started having days off between jobs, and I was like down in Portsmouth or Cornwall and something, what am I going to do for a few days? I loved my life. I started going out on dates on my own. I started shopping on my own. I started going to harbours. I was going to all these things, experiences that I'd never done, because I always had family or work commitments or somebody else to get. I never had just me. And it was like, I actually like this. I actually really like this. And it just 360s. I want to live. I
Like,
want to live.
yeah, I love
I know what life's about now.
It's so inspiring. It's so inspiring. So that put you on the healing journey. And what
Yeah.
about the next book?
So this one was when I was just sick of being sick. Just sick of being sick. I spent probably 7 years actually of just, I'd done work with the Buddhists. I'd done work with all the professionals. I've done like the inner child work. I've done psychologists. Look, the list is like this. I've got books on everything. I've read so many. I just wanted to heal. I wanted to self-heal. I wanted to help myself. I wanted to know what was out there. What am I feeling? What am I doing? What's going on with me? And actually, a couple of years ago, I actually read a book by Dr. Bessel van der Kolk called The Body Keeps Score. That, oh, I tell you, I could have read that 3 or 4 times because there was just something in it. And there was Gabor Mate's The Myth of Normal. So those two kind of went straight after each other. And I've always loved Ina Segal's The Secret Language of the Body. And so all this information was going in, apart from other stuff, but they were my main contributing factors to what I was learning and what was giving me aha moments. And I was like, what's happening with my body? Why? I started doing yoga teacher training because I wanted to do yoga. I thought, if I learn how to teach it, I'm going to know how to do the moves correctly. First, I damaged my intercostal muscles in my ribs, so that put me out of action. Then I damaged 2 tendons in my glutes. I ripped 2 of them doing this yoga. So I'm like, don't really. So I stuck to the meditation because that didn't hurt me. So I did the meditation teacher training. And then I don't know, then I did a run recently and I damaged my Achilles tendon. So I'm like, what can I do? Why? What's going on? And it's like, I was vegan for 7 years, 7.5 years. Actually, probably vegan for 7 years because I wanted to raise my vibration. I wanted to be kind to the world. And back then, I truly believed I was doing the right thing. While I've been on my journey, while I've been researching, and while I've been particularly doing this over the Easter period during this, I had some really profound moments like, why don't I take pain relief? Why do I want to be in pain? What am I doing? You know what I mean? I was just like, why am I denying myself a pain-free life? You know? And then, so that was one thing. So I was like, I need to do something about this. And then there was, what was the other thing? Yeah, why am I? And I was like, oh my God, I've been deprived because I started craving food. Foods that I don't eat, like meat for starters. And I'm like, I said to my husband, I'm like, it's starting to smell nice. I'm like, why am I enjoying the smell of this food? And I was like, there's no way to eat it. And then I sat with myself, have a bit of a chat. And then I saw that Abby had said something about she'd done carnivore. And I was like, okay. So I started down that rabbit hole. I was like, oh, we started doing a little bit of research here. And then another friend of mine in this country, she put something up and I was like, hang on a minute. Signs. It's like signs, I'm listening. So then I went down the rabbit hole again. And then one of my friends around the corner, she was talking to me about it. I said, I think I'm going to go carnivore. She went, oh my God, I've just started it. I went, no way. Because she was like me, plant-based. And I was like, I had my first taste of meat at the local. My husband had a steak and I got a bit of fish. And I was like, can I have a taste? And I burst into tears. I was like so emotional. I was like, but oh my God, it tasted so good. I'm like, I am not going to deny myself. And then I realized all those years I had no protein, no fats. Why is my body crumbling? All your supplements are processed. I'm not having what our body. There's a Dr. Ken Berry. He talks about the human diet as a carnivore, and just makes sense. Just makes sense. So we will see. But I am carnivore now, not vegan. And I have so much, and I have energy anyway, but I have so much energy. And there's other things which you might not want to hear about on here that have just changed for me. That it's like I've missed. Because it just wasn't there. And I've also made myself an appointment with an endocrinologist just so that I can have a look at my hormones and see what's going on, because I'm just doing it myself now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what is that? Is that the journey, what you described in the second book?
So yeah, the journey was pretty much, okay, so talks about what we're experiencing. It's like, for me, there's some very personal stories in there, which I won't say on the video. You have to read the book to find them out. But one of them, a couple of them, there explains why I have, for example, irritable bowel syndrome, why I have a lot of chronic pains in my hips and like down there. You will understand why I'm so such an emotional being. It stems from being born. I couldn't walk with, nobody can walk when they're born, but I was born with twisted legs. So I come into the world challenged, and it's like, I've held this trauma from before being born. Do you know what I mean? Because my mum apparently was pushed down the stairs when she was pregnant with me, and I'm carrying her trauma. And like the ancestral stuff I've started to learn, it's like, I've got my grandma's trauma, and I don't want, my daughter will have some of it. Obviously, we spoke about this, and her daughter is actually being tested for autism because we feel like she's still carrying it. Such an emotional being. We have to end it somewhere. So the more work we do, the less we're going to carry it on. Yeah, all my struggles, it was like, there isn't one fix. There's no one fix. We don't all suffer with the same stuff, but you've got to listen to your body. Your body is giving you pain because it's your nervous system doing its job. It's doing its job. It's telling you, come here, I want to tell you something. Come here. I want a word. Yeah, come here a minute. And I've had chats with my body. You'd think I was the loop. But yeah, I often will just sit and, so what's going on then?
I do the same, right?
So
With
what to
my
say?
brain.
What's going on?
I do the same. Yeah, you need to listen. You need to ask and need to listen.
I've even gone like the crazy. What's it do?
It's just,
Oh, then I'm listening. All right, let me calm down and I'll listen.
and then you can hear the answer.
Yeah.
I love
Yeah, I've done all the screaming and the shouting. This isn't an overnight trip. This has been, I'm 50, nearly 57 actually. But yeah, so it's been a long trek. And look, your body, don't matter, you might ignore stuff what's gone in your life, but your body will just keep reminding you until you deal with it. End of.
Yeah, and don't be okay with that. I think that's such a lesson these days for me. Just don't be okay feeling crap, feeling.
No. I actually have this thing. I feel that like when a lot of people, that's why it's called I Don't Need Your Forgiveness, because a lot of people feel like, especially in the spiritual world, everything has to be like, you got to forgive those that hurt you, forgive yourself for feeling what you felt, forgive yourself for being that person on the other end, and forgive. Bullshit. You don't have to be. I think what you have to do is accept. Just knowing there is nothing you could do, just knowing nothing you do is going to change that, is a step. It's a step in the right direction. You don't have to forgive anyone. You don't have to forgive anyone. Who says you have to forgive?
For me, forgiveness is more of me not beating myself up anymore for this. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Look, it might have a chapter in here called The Art of Forgiveness. It doesn't say don't forgive anything in here. It says you don't need to. You don't need to. You can, and quite often we do. I've done lists and lists over the years of people who I want to forgive or I need forgiveness for or would like forgiveness from. But then I forgot myself for a while and I'm like, actually, I think you need to have a word, love. You're forgetting all the shit you've caused. Let's get real, man. You're not innocent all the way through all this.
Exactly. I think that's what comes with forgiveness, right? That you are actually dismissing what the other person did, but in my understanding, it's not true. It's not the fact that what they did is okay or what they caused you is okay.
You're not condoning it. No,
it's
not at all.
How you react to things.
And that is the answer. It's all about what you're going to... See, my one-liner that I always say, you have a choice. Always have a choice. Always have a choice. Whether you make the right choice or not, don't matter, it's still your choice. People say you don't have a choice. Yeah, you do. You might not like the choice. You might not like the choice you're going to make, but you have one.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We all have one.
Oh, yes.
Think about that, because that is huge.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's empowering, isn't it? It's like you are
Yeah.
not a victim anymore. And even sometimes I know it feels like having some kind of physical pain is like I can go into the victim mode. But at the end of the day, you have a choice. You have a choice to look at it, listen to it, heal
And
it,
look,
or ignore.
you're allowed to be sad. You're allowed to be sad. In fact, I insist, be sad, be angry, get rage, be whatever you need to be. Be it. But be it because you're choosing to be it. You know what I mean? Be it because you need to be. Be it because it's real.
Even rage and those type of things, those actually move you out from the state where you are
Yes,
at.
they do.
It brings
Yes,
you,
they do.
not saying that you stay there forever, but it's at least not the lower frequencies and lower vibrations, but it helps you to start your journey or take that first step or to look into things.
100%. Last year, the end of last year, I did a session of a 9D breath work. I don't know if you've experienced it. It's something. And so anyway, and oh look, I know my body was lifting. I could feel myself, and I was screaming and crying, and I was like, I was surprised, but I went there to let it go. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't hold it back. I didn't hold it in. I was like, I'm not coming here to do this. I'm here to do the work. So I did it, and it was like, oh, it was. My body felt awful afterwards. Like for about 3 days, I couldn't speak. I was like, because all this stuff what was going on, and from that, what I got, why do I, because I kept thinking I always have hot flushes. I'm always getting hot. I'm burning hot. And do you know what it was? It's the rage that I have never, and the anger that I've never let myself feel, because I've always gone with a kind heart, right? I don't want to hurt people. I don't want to say bad things. Not being rude, but I genuinely don't want to be nasty to somebody. You don't need to be. There's ways you can deal with it. But having said that, of all the shit over all those years that was out of my hands or even whatever, but I'd been feeling, I'd never got angry, not once. And I needed to. I've had a couple of times where, I've thrown things and I've cried and whatever, but this heat was rage. It was anger. It was deep bowed anger. And I was like, wow. And that was what I had to let go with the primal screams. And it was like, it took that for me to actually understand what my hot sweats were.
Because we condition the children not to experience and get it all because you need
to
behave like this and that.
Move on, yeah.
And you are bottling up, and then it goes layer by layer. And by the time you are 20 or something, you don't know what's going on, and things start to come out, and issues start to come, and so on and so forth. And not to mention if you just realize it over for 40 like I did, right? It's like,
and someone will come in for me and they're like, oh, it's my neck. It's my neck. And they go, oh, who's pissing you off? And they go, I go, someone annoying you at the minute? Maybe. I was like, what's what your pain is? No, but it really hurts. I went, yes, and it really will. Yes, it really will hurt. Because your body is responding to what you're carrying. And they're like, how do you know that? How do you know someone's bothering me? Are you watching me? No, because it's
the body keeps the score.
That's right, yeah. And I do refer to that quite a lot in there.
Love it. And you have a journal for that book as well? Or how do we need to experience it?
So it's called Roots and Revelation, and it's a 12-week journal that complements this. I don't have a copy of it. It's online. That's
yes.
the Identity of Forgiveness.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I really can't show you it, but it is on Amazon. I will get one printed off. Thing is, it takes me a month to get my books, so I have to load them to somewhere else, but to get them printed in Australia, which is I have to do it 3 times: one to get my ISBN, one to get my KDP, and then one to get them printed. It's like a long, drawn-out process, but anyway, in the end, we get there. Otherwise, I may have done more books by now. See, I set myself this stupid challenge. I was like, so actually, Abby set us these word search challenges. So it's all about, as you know, it's about profitability. And that is why I'm doing all the challenges, because that is the end game. I won't always be able to use my hands and my body to do my job. So I want, and I'm having so much fun. Who doesn't want to get their creative juices flowing? I've got that orange, got the sacral chakra going here. So we did the research, and that was the first one. That was the first word search book. And then I decided, she talked about series. I thought, I'm going to do a series. I am known as Zelda the Witch. So I'm this witch fan. So we got 1, we got 2, we got 3, we got 4, but I've actually got 6 now but there's going to be 12, and I need them done before December. So I kind of gave myself a bit more work than I'd bargained for. And I've also done 2 colouring books, thanks, Abby. 3 actually, but 2 are up.
But all on brand, and all.
Some of it's witchy and some of it's illicit. Some of it I'm just doing for fun because I don't want to just live in the healing world all the time, because being creative and just doing something for the sheer sake of fun is so healing. Get that inner child to play, scribble outside them lines and colour away and swear and make a mess, you know what I mean? Be a child without any apologies.
And still building your passive income portfolio.
But hey, look, I say I'm almost 57, so if it takes 10 years, I'm going to mortgage. I will have my house is built.
That's it. So your book is the entry into your world, then with a journal that's already giving people putting them on a healing path, right? And
yeah, I've heard that the book itself actually is very profound. It's very thought-provoking, and it makes people already think about themselves, which I'm buzzing. I'm like, that is like mission accomplished. But I have got the 12-week journal that goes with it called Roots and Revelation, but it's about unearthing your ancestral wisdom, lineage's wisdom, that's what it's called. And then when I have finished it, when Abby stops giving us all these challenges, and I finish my actual 12-week online course that goes with it, then there'll be a full-on flow, but I just haven't quite got there.
I know it. Who is this for? Who do you think would get the most out of it?
Well, I definitely target women. I say target women, it's a bit of a word, but because for 1, I am a woman, and for 2, it's like I relate more to what women have gone through because that's what I am. And I'm very passionate about women being true to themselves, women standing up for themselves, being true, being treated correctly, knowing what that is even, and just caring for themselves, because we've forgot. We've forgot what we want. We've forgot what we need. We've forgot who we are. We just forgot how to be ourselves. And it's like, all that matters. It all matters so much. And it's so anybody that's any woman, anybody, because every single person in the world has a trauma. Everybody. Man, woman, child. We all have a trauma, whether it's ours or not, we have a trauma. And it's just, I just want anybody who even questions anything, read the book, listen to yourself. Learn to listen to yourself. You don't have to do anything with it. You won't need to. When you read it, you won't need to. And look, like the first one, like I said, was mainly about people relating, understanding that somebody else has been through what they've been through. Same with this one. There's stuff in here that's not in the first, which is a lot deeper than the first one. And even they don't, even everything in my life's not in there. And it's not about that. It's not about me, but it has me in it. It's about letting you know that this is what happened to me because of this. And this is why I like this and feel like that. So maybe you can get something from that yourself. Maybe you can relate. Oh shit. Oh my God, I feel like that. That's what happened to me. There we go. Now I know why I'm questioning this, and now I know why I feel that, and now I know why I don't like this and don't do that.
And there is a solution.
There's always a solution. You've just got to find it.
Yeah, I'm a true believer that these type of things, and even with my YouTube Shorts feed, right? Well, I go until I find something that talks to me, right? And
yes.
I'm a true believer that there is a message within my feed that why I came here. And after that, I stopped, right? Because I received my message. So if you're watching this interview or watching the short, then or coming across one book that talks to you, that's your next step. And that's
100%.
my way of listening to the universe and my intuition.
You think about it, right? There's millions and billions of reels and things on your social media, and you scroll, and you can just go like that and let it stop. That'll be what you need to learn. I always used to do this thing in my car when I first left my ex and I was going through this traumatic period. I would think, I'd sit in my car, David. I'm going to write a book about David one day, my little black Punto. I really am. So I sat in my car, sat in David, and I would before I put the radio on or the music, whatever, I'd be like, play something that I need to hear right now. And I'd turn it on, that song would be the one. And I would do that so many times. Yeah, I know. And I think we should trust that more.
Yes, yes,
Oh, there's been
exactly.
occasions when I'm questioned it. I'm like, why do I need to hear that? But at least it got me thinking.
Yes.
And there may have been an answer whether I found it or not. And that's why I said that worst case scenario when I tried to take my own life at my brother's grave and it was just traumatic. And I'm like, I don't want to be here anymore. I had children, grandchildren. I did not think of them. I got past that. I just couldn't think about them anymore. I just knew I couldn't be here. And you get there and it's because all the things that I'd gone through leading me up to that, I didn't listen. So that's why I say it was a wake-up call. I had to listen. I had to listen. And am I glad I did.
Love it.
I'm like,
Love it. Love it.
because I just love my life.
I know. I know that. Yeah. And there are so many moments in our lives, right? When we think there is no other way or there is no other side of this.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there are so many better things to experience. And I know hope can be cruel sometimes, right? You always get your hopes up and then get disappointed. But for some reason,
We do that to ourselves. We have this expectation and we put them expectations in, nobody else. I've gone through this so many times, like I've been let down by someone and it's no, you haven't, because they didn't know what you thought in your head, did they? So you've done it yourself. Damn it.
that's painful.
Had a choice. Had a choice.
That hurts.
So when you think about it, it's like when we talk about the forgiveness and being hit by people, how are you hit by them? They don't know you're hurting. They're not doing it. You're doing it. They're probably not even thinking about you and you're just damaging yourself because somebody said something that traumatized you. But one thing I am very good at that I shouldn't really be too proud of, I'm very good at walking away from people and not having them in my life. And so good. Don't bother me. Too easy.
Yeah, I think it's like by the point I get over it or I come to a decision, I already played all the cards. I already tried so many things that by the point I'm there that, okay, I can't really go away without feeling bad about it or turn my back because I just went through so many trials and errors and you tried this, you tried that, you did this, you did that, you tried to talk, you tried to be silent, you tried this and that. And if it's not working right, I exhausted all of my resources.
Yeah.
And then that's it. It's like I can't do more.
Yeah, exactly. I would say I'm a Libra. So I have this balance. I'll love you to death. You mess with me? Look, you are dead.
So what's your next step after creating the 12 weeks course? So what comes after that?
I haven't really thought that far ahead. I have actually, that's incorrect. I do want to finish the course first and I want to get that so people can just do it. I don't know whether I will be doing one-on-ones or doing group meetings or anything. Haven't thought about that far yet. But I do have already ready, when I finish all my colouring books and these, I do have a series of 3 sets of 4 books, which are all healing, and it all stems into our ancestral healing. So that's my next. I'm going deeper. I'm going like beyond what we carry, and and I'm going to try and bring Western and Eastern medicines together and try and what we do with not so much the medicines, but the healing modalities. Try and like what they used to do compared to what they do now and what we're going back to them. So I want to play on that. I want to like really bring that into it. But I'm enjoying having the fun bits in between.
I love it. Love it, love it, love it. We will add your Amazon author page so people can follow you and get the email.
Okay, I'm having a problem with my Amazon author page. Even today, I tried because for some reason, and I can't quite make it up, this book is on one Amazon and all the rest of them are on another one. They're not even linked.
Okay.
So I have two, and I'm trying to get them together, and it's not working. I don't know. But you can find Zelda Marsh. Just find me. You'll find me. Like one of our book bus ladies today, she searched my name for something. She actually found a book called Zelda Marsh. It's not me. And I went, the times I've wanted to buy that to see what it's about. Do you know what I mean? So you will still find me. But yeah, I mean, come on Facebook. I'm on TikTok. I'm on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. I have links to everything.
Okay. We will put it in the description and everywhere.
I'm quiet, shy little mouse that's hidden in the corner. I might not always be active because I'm too busy doing colouring books and words. No. I do have a day job as well. I'm looking at and build a house. So we have a lot of things going on. So if I don't do anything for a few weeks, I don't beat myself up. I'm like, okay, I'm ready again. We'll come back to the computer. I don't like just living on the screen. I like to get out.
This is not healthy. I think it got to a point where we start to realize that, okay, yes, being visible is important, consistent, and so on and so forth, but we just need to go with our flow, and we need to just go.
And look, and I can't do any different. I've tried. I've done all that. I've paid a lot of money to do group sessions and $6 million thing and $6 deeper and 7-figure this and all that. I've done all that. And it doesn't make shit. I just feel like it's too egotistical for me. I want to flow. I want to turn up when I turn up because I'm still working on my nervous system. I can't keep doing this to myself. And it's like I turn up and I give all what I've got when I can. And look, if that's not good enough people, they're not my people. And that's all I can give. And I can only give how much I've got.
Exactly.
So I give where I can.
And
I give where I can. Yeah. And I want to do everything. I can't. I want to be on my TikTok. I want to be on my Instagram. But I've also got to find a new location because when we build a house, I won't work from home anymore. So it's like I've got lots of little things happening. And it's like
a life. You have a life?
Believe it or not, yes, I do. I know it's funny how can an author have a life? Colouring books. I'm not going to get over the colouring book thing for a long time.
If people take away only one thing from this conversation, what do you want it to be?
Oh my gosh, listen to yourself. Find a way. Just listen to yourself because there's always an answer to whatever you're going through. Or just buy my book.
And you have the answers there.
You can learn so much from that. No, look, don't beat yourself up. Don't beat yourself up. Take that break. If you need a break, take a break. So what? So someone's going to go upset because you don't want to do something they want to do. Because you hadn't cooked dinner tonight or done the dish. So what? Who died? Don't kill yourself because you're conditioned to do something. Do what feels right for you. If your body is telling you to sit the fuck down and watch Netflix all day, one day, do it. Do what you got to do. Be authentic. Be yourself. Find out what it is that you need and give yourself it. So one thing, Drew Barrymore, she's a beautiful woman. I love watching her shows. One interview I watched that has never, ever left me. And it's like, I just want everybody in the world to watch it and understand it. So he says to Drew, right, Drew, when you was born, you was given a person. And you was given a person that you've got to nurture, you've got to raise, you've got to nurture it, love it, feed it, clothe it, give it the best of everything. Make sure that lives the best life possible. Do not squimp on anything. That is your responsibility. Just make sure that you raise that to be healthy, beautiful, kind. It doesn't need for anything. And she's all like smiling. She's like, yeah, would you do it? She was like, oh God, yeah, definitely. Of course I would. It's like having a child. Of course I would do it. She was like, but what if I told you that you was that person that you were given? And I was like, oh my God. And I'm like, we are the only thing that we have that's truly ours. And I'm like, that is dumb. Thank you. I needed to hear that. And I think everybody needs to hear that because I'm like, what? There was a little bit more to it, but that's all you need. Because to me, that was just so profound. Wow. Thank you.
Yeah. The things what we would do for others, but we are not even considering to doing it to ourselves.
Because we lower ourselves on the pecking order so much. It's, I just do this first and then I'll do this. And then you think something else comes up and I've left me so long down there, it takes it. We're not going to come back in one go. You know what I mean? You can't be a giver and just suddenly give everything to yourself in one day. It doesn't work like that. It takes steps, but as long as you're taking the steps, you're in the right. One thing: eat what you want to eat, drink what you want to drink, sit where you want to sit, talk to or don't talk to who you want to talk. Just one thing at a time. Do what fills you, not yeah. And that's not being selfish. That's being damn your ownership. Do it.
Thank you very much for being here. People, if you're
Thank you.
listening, check
I'm
out
really
Connect to this beautiful lady. Read the books, read her story, and follow the steps, and you will be on a path one step at a time.
100%. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank
very
you,
much.
goodness. I've really enjoyed having our chat.
Have a lovely day and hope to speak to you soon.
Yeah, you too. Bye, sweetheart.